Good evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. Today is Tuesday, January the 10th, 2023. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, Bonnaroo has announced its 2023 festival lineup. Tullahoma aldermen vote to fill the empty alderman seat, and Tullahoma City Schools receive over $22,000 in grants from the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
We are blessed by donations from the community. We have people that come from multiple counties completely surrounding us. We even have people come as far away as Rutherford County. This is the thrift store, and we've got things divided up by categories. So this is the women's clothes section. We have a children's section and we have a men's section, and we have everything divided out by sizes to make shopping easier when you're on your lunch hour and you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, and a wonderful book and music section over
here.
here.
And we've got these comfy chairs that you can just come over, and we have that
and read.
We have that quite often. We have a husband come with, and he plops down and reads while his wife is shopping in the store. Yeah, it makes it really sweet. Our goal is to minister to people in 4 counties: Coffee, Bedford, Franklin, and more, showing their physical and emotional needs, to meet those the best we can, and then at the same time to be able to address any spiritual needs they may have.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program, and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. At last week's special call meeting by the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen, they voted to appoint an alderman to replace the resigned alderman, Robert Dunn. In this clip, we hear from citizens who asked for the position and have the vote.
Point to fill the vacancy on the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for the remainder of an unexpired term ending the election of a qualified successor in August of 2024 election. So with that, I'd like to invite those who have submitted citizen participation form to come and present themselves. We'll start with Derek Mann.
My name is Derek Mann. I reside at 210 Albemarle Drive here in Tullahoma. I'm here tonight seeking your appointment to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The reason I'm applying for the alderman position is because, like you, I truly have a vested interest in the growth, success, and perception of Tullahoma as a vibrant and thriving community. As a proud resident and business owner, Tullahoma's future is my future. My family has been a part of this community for many years. My grandfather, Frank Mann, was a contractor and started our family's business here over 63 years ago. During that time, my family and I have built many homes and commercial buildings here. All of the concerns, challenges, and red tape that builders and developers can face, I've seen them up close. I've been a part of that experience. I was a realtor in the area for several years. I get the need for smart growth and thoughtful planning. I know the positive economic impact it can have and the economic pain when it stalls, the livelihoods it can change. I've been a small business owner for almost 20 years, opening Minuteman Press here in Tullahoma nearly 5 years ago, most recently. Since then, we have seen a global pandemic, supply chain shortages, shipping issues, staffing challenges, and of course, the normal struggles of any new business. But thanks in large part to the support of this community, our customers, and the many opportunities that Tullahoma has given us, we have survived and even thrived in these difficult times. Understanding firsthand the challenges businesses here in Tullahoma face, my knowledge of managing staff, creating budgets, and day-to-day operations will be an asset in my service if chosen. I'm a commercial resident of the downtown area. I know how special this part of our city is. I know its potential and the opportunities it can give existing residents and future ones as well. It's these experiences and perspectives that I would bring to this board and would help me to serve this city the best I possibly can. My approach to service is fairly simple. Listen more than I speak. Everyone has a right to believe what they believe, even if it differs from me. And to always show respect for those on this board, our city staff, and most importantly, the people we would represent. I know that this board has struggled through fracture. There's been some tension, even division at times. But there is still a great opportunity here, and so much we can accomplish in the time we would have remaining. After all, it's not how you start, but how you finish that matters most. If appointed, I'm ready to work with every one of you with no preconceived agenda or mandate. We must work together to get work done for the people of Tullahoma in this city, and I'm ready to do that day one. I would appreciate your consideration, and I would be honored to serve with all of you on this board. Thank you.
All right, good evening. My name is Jamie Moorhead, and I have resided in Coffee County for 16 years. It's been a little over 2 years since I sat at this podium. And when I left that night, I said I wouldn't stand at this podium again, to be honest, but here I am. In my application then and now, I stated that it would be a privilege and an honor to be a voice for the unseen and unheard in Tullahoma, the people that want to be active in a community, but work 2 or 3 jobs and can't, and because they have to raise their kids, so they don't have time to do that, right? I also, with my background, wanted to bring a different perspective to the board. Although I lost that night, I didn't quit, obviously, because you guys know. Thankfully, I received a message from my now business partner asking what's next. Since then, we put a lot of work in. We've knocked on doors, done polls, we've raised awareness to issues and things that have recently gotten fixed and or in the process of getting fixed. We've also thrown several successful community events, including Tullahoma's first inaugural Juneteenth at our historical city stamps, which received an overwhelming success review from the Tullahoma newspaper. That event was sponsored by 21 local small businesses here in our town. It was a beautiful experience to have that type of unity and support. It made me realize to ever have unity, understanding, a growing richness in culture and economics, we have to first accept it is our differences that make us unique. It is embracing our differences that gives us the ability to understand life from a different lens. It is us embracing our differences that make Tullahoma the amazing city that it is. I ask today that you take the emails sent by citizens on my behalf, my application, and my reference letters into consideration and vote for me. So in the end, I'm asking the Board of Mayor and Aldermen today, what's next, Tullahoma? Thank you for your time.
My name is Derek Muncie. I live at 211 Daffodil Drive, and I'll do my best to keep this short. For my application, I'm a system safety engineer at Arnold Air Force Base. Before that, data systems and instrumentation controls engineer. Most of my community service for this area has been through the first LEGO League as a judge advisor, guiding judges on how to best guide and grade kids doing robotics with the Hands-On Science Center. I'm currently working with the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga on getting my master's, and I have lived in Tullahoma for about 5 years now, in Tennessee for much longer. I could go on about how much I enjoy this town, and my line of work has taught me one big thing. It is to cut down on the fluff and just talk about what is the value added. So what do I bring to the city? And if allowed, the Board of Aldermen. In my current position, one of my biggest things is to interpret and guarantee we hit proper guidance and policy. While engineering interpretation isn't exactly a one-to-one replica to civil areas, making hard decisions that sometimes upset people, but is for the greater good, is something that will follow through with everything we do. Another thing that I have a decent job at is time management. As I mentioned, I am working on getting my master's while going to work and still manage to trying my best to come to these board meetings, wanting to go to the planning commissions and the newly founded comprehensive planning commission. I do this because in the groups of people that I talk to at work and around my age group have much different valued and different values and opinions than people that come here and talk with us. And sometimes they co-align, and other times they do not. But every opinion really matters with coming on to being a mayor and alderman. Some people may look at me with how young I am, being one of the youngest, most likely one of the youngest people to apply for this position, and say that I'm a little underexperienced for this role. And to them, I will say one thing that somebody told me a few years back when I was applying for a bunch of different positions. Never apply for a position you're fully qualified for. If you are fully qualified for something, you have nowhere to grow, you will become complacent, and you will not do your best work. Wherever I lack at the moment, I will make up with time, and if you choose me over these other wonderful candidates, I will guarantee I will grow and adapt along with our great city of Tullahoma. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Tommy Northcott. I've been a citizen of Tullahoma for over 40 years, and my motivation for doing this is that my wife and I are raising 4 young kids in Tullahoma, and it would mean nothing more to us than for the city of Tullahoma to be the place where they not only want to be, but are able to be living in as young adults, and Lord willing, raising their families here as well. So I want to do my part to help us continue down a positive road for this city. My professional credentials are in the agenda packet that you have in front of you, so I won't go through those details again, but I'll point out that you'll notice that I've got a lot of experience with managing large organizations, managing large projects and large budgets, and I believe that my experience in the committees that I'm involved in will lead well into supporting this board in discussions. One parallel that I can draw to is the NFPA 70B committee is a national committee made up of a couple dozen subject matter experts across the country. And you can imagine you get these subject matter experts into a room and start defining what are the shalls and shall nots of the industry requirements for maintenance on equipment. There's a lot of strong opinions and a lot of heated and emotional conversation, and having the experience of hearing all those opinions and facilitating conversation that in the end results in a positive decision that is for the betterment of that industry, I think will lend well to serving on this board, because I think we can all admit that some of these meetings have lately had a lot of strong opinions and gotten into a lot of emotion. So I think I can hopefully help with that. I'll add that I've read through much of the almost 600-page document of the Tullahoma Municipal Code. I've read the 63-page chapter or charter of the City of Tullahoma, and I've reviewed the current and previous fiscal year budgets for the City of Tullahoma. So I've done my homework, and I promise that I will continue to do homework. Always come to meetings prepared to have informed discussions and make informed decisions for the betterment of our city. If chosen, I would not be coming in with any existing strong relationships with any of the other board members. I would not be coming in with any set agendas other than to do what is right and do what's best for the city of Tullahoma. So I appreciate your consideration, and thank you.
Mathis voted for Mr. Mann. Glick voted for Mr. Mann. Wilson voted for Mr. Mann. Noes voted for Mr. Northcott. Barry voted for Mr. Mann. And Almacher voted for Mr. Mann. So that is 5-1.
Congratulations, Mr. Mann. I know you'll serve us well.
We'll be right back after these messages.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Even when you prepare, life doesn't always go as planned. Today, 1 in 7 seniors live in poverty. To learn how you can help, visit aarpfoundation.org.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tullahoma City Schools recently received a total of $22,295 in grant funds from the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. West Middle School, Robert E. Lee Elementary, and East Lincoln Elementary Schools each received $5,000 from the grant, while Bel Air Elementary School was awarded $1,795. The largest portion of the grant funds went to the Coordinated School Health Department, which received $5,500. The funds that Tullahoma City Schools received came specifically from the Lillian Ashley Fund of the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. Ashley was born in Manchester, attended Ward Belmont in Nashville, and graduated from the University of Tennessee at Knoxville with a degree in elementary education. Following a life filled with extensive travel, Ashley wanted to give back to her community. She specified that her estate would benefit the children, animals, and environment of Coffee County. Tullahoma City Schools Coordinated School Health Director Gina Bumbaloo said, quote, "I'm very grateful for the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee and the Lillian Ashley Fund for their continued support of our students, staff, and community. The Coordinated School Health Department at TCS has received grant funding for our district for the past 8 years. These funds have enriched the lives of our students and staff through a variety of programs and activities. This year, I am thrilled to be able to provide teachers with equipment to increase students' physical activity and social-emotional learning." End quote. TCS Director of Schools Dr. Katrine Stevens added her appreciation for the recent grants, saying, quote, "We are so grateful for community partners like the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee and the Lillian Ashley Fund. They continually help us as we continue to serve and support our students." End quote. The Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee is dedicated to enriching the quality of life in Middle Tennessee and beyond. In 2022, the organization announced $2,802,000 in grants would go to 435 local nonprofits. The grants benefit 34 counties through various means. Learn more about the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee by visiting its website, cfmt.org. And after these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. And I grow and get bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash jogging up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Department of Health is encouraging all Tennesseans who have not had their annual flu vaccine to get immunized as soon as possible to protect themselves and prevent the spread of flu to others. Tennessee Department of Health Commissioner Morgan McDonald said, quote, "The elderly, people with chronic medical conditions, pregnant women, and young children are all at risk of severe complications if they get the flu. We expect more Tennesseans in their doctor's offices as influenza activity continues to be high nationally and in our state. I encourage those who have put off getting a vaccine to not wait any longer," end quote. So far this flu season, the CDC estimates there have been 13 million illnesses, 120,000 hospitalizations, and 7,300 deaths in the U.S. from influenza. Tennessee Department of Health says that you can help by doing the following. Get a flu vaccine. The flu vaccine is free and safe. Locally, you can go to Coffee County Health Department in Tullahoma at 615 Wilson Avenue. Everyone 6 months and older can get a flu vaccine. It is very important for healthcare workers and those who live or care for people at high risk from flu complications to get vaccinated. Take steps to prevent the spread. Avoid close contact with those who are sick. If you are sick, limit contact with others as much as possible. Wash your hands often with soap and water and cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. And take flu antivirals. If you are sick with the flu, your doctor may prescribe flu antiviral drugs as treatment. Flu antivirals can make flu illness milder and shorten the time someone is sick. Flu antivirals are not available over the counter and should be taken only at the instruction of and as prescribed by a physician or healthcare provider. Flu symptoms can range from mild to severe and include muscle aches, fever, fatigue, sore throat, cough, headaches, and stuffy or runny noses. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the Coffee County Health Department at 931-455-9369 or visit their website at www.coffeecountytn.gov/177/health department. And we'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
One thing about Parkview, we could bring our animal out there with us.
It would have been a deal breaker if we had not been able to take Gracie.
Yeah, we would not have gone.
If you want to do something, there's something to do most of the day. You shouldn't get bored.
I really enjoy my life here at Parkview. I really choose what I want to do. We have a wonderful library with hundreds of books that I love. It is a wonderful place.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. And last but not least, this morning Bonnaroo announced their lineup for the 2023 festival happening June 15th through the 18th. And festival highlights include the Foo Fighters, Pixies, Kendrick Lamar, My Morning Jacket, Tyler Childers, Odessa, Molly Tuttle, Paramore, and many, many more. And Thunder Radio in Manchester will once again be selling Bonnaroo weekend passes to Coffee County residents at a discounted rate for the 2023 festival. Local ticket sales will coincide with Bonnaroo's ticket sales, which launch this Thursday, January the 12th at noon. This will be the third year Thunder Radio has handled local ticket sales for the festival. Thunder Radio co-owner Josh Peterson said, quote, "If you live in Coffee County and want to purchase tickets to the festival, going through Thunder Radio will save you some money. But you have to move fast. We have a very limited number of tickets available to us and only a 2-week window to sell them. It will be first come, first serve," end quote. Ticket sales will go from this Thursday through the end of the day on January 26th or while supplies last. After that, the local ticket discount will not be available, and anyone wishing to get tickets will need to purchase at the current tier price through Bonnaroo.com. Local ticket sales will work slightly different this year than in previous years. There will be no ticket sales handled at the physical radio station. When it is time for tickets to go on sale, anyone wishing to purchase tickets can either call the station at 931-728-3526 or email the station at josh.peterson wmsr@gmail.com to receive a special code. The buyer will then use that code and visit a special purchase link, which will be available at thunder1320.com/Bonnaroo to purchase tickets. You can also visit the station to receive the code, but tickets are not available at the station. Once the special promo code is used, it will no longer be valid. Limit of 4 tickets per code, and purchasers must reside in Coffee County. Anyone living outside the county will have the transaction canceled by Bonnaroo Ticketing. Per ticket will be prices for tickets will be approximately $300 after taxes and fees. Exact price will be available closer to January 12th. There will be no parking passes, camping passes, day passes, or VIP passes sold through the radio station. Those will need to be purchased separate through Bonnaroo.com. And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Lynn Hauser from the American Legion, who will drop by and tell us about their new donuts and coffee meetings. Tisha from the Chamber of Commerce will tell us about the annual membership banquet coming up. And Pat Welsh will remind us about the annual Tullahoma Sports Hall of Fame banquet that's coming around. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. Then she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. So this is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than going for a run. Give it a shot. Find a free appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1949 at 77 degrees. Record low was in 1982 at -6 degrees. The average high for this day is 48 and the average low is 29. Mostly cloudy for tonight with a low of 43. Some drizzle expected for Wednesday with a high of 58 and a low of 55, and showers expected for Thursday with a high of 63 and a low of 33. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe. Have a great evening.